Have you ever indulged yourself in a pleasure that is so good it makes you kind of like evil laugh? Well, if you love to drive but also love your family, Hyundai has come out with something amazing, and today is when we're gonna drive it, baby. Let me introduce you to the 2021 Hyundai Sonata N Line. Nothing else left to say. Let's drive. Welcome to the road, guys. It is Miguel, your car guy, and today we are finally doing it. We are driving the Sonata N Line on the road, and I flippin' love this car. It is seriously amazing. It really gives you the power that you really want in a car in case you need to take your kids around in it, because let's face it, most people that can actually afford this car probably have families, and this car does not disappoint. Now, my favorite thing about the car is the exterior styling about it. Not only does it look the part, it is the part though. With these 19-inch rims, I absolutely love the way that they actually look. It really goes with the entire aggressive nature of the front of this car. Even the back of this car, you do have not only the diffusers on the lower part of the bumper, but you also do have the dual exhaust that sounds oh so sweet. Take a listen. It just gets your blood boiling if you are real enthusiast for vehicles. And let's not forget about this color. It is called glowing yellow, and I think it is one of the most head-turning colors. You might love it, you might hate it, but you have to admit, on whatever side you are, it is a very attractive color to the eye. You could definitely find this thing in a parking lot, which is absolutely amazing. Now, the Sonata is not just about all show and a little go. It actually handles quite nice too. I mean, for example, when you do decide to hit these corners, I highly recommend putting it in either sport mode or sport plus mode. Now, sport mode actually tunes the transmission to be very connected to the throttle, so if you blip the throttle, you'll blip the engine, that you won't do in any of the other more economical modes. And obviously the steering wheel does get a little bit tighter. Now, if you happen to put it in Sport Plus mode, it is sport mode with the added advantage of having traction control turned off, so you get those nice little tire chirps. The car will not step in if it gets a little slidey, which can really make the blood boil, and should only be attempted when you are in safe, not on the road conditions, because of course that would just be reckless, and you are not reckless. You should not be reckless, and if you are reckless, I'm telling you, don't be reckless. But yeah, this car is nice, and even right now I am going about 50 miles an hour. So again, with the family, even with this big old panoramic sunroof above my head, quiet, absolutely quiet in this car. And at the end of the day, it's still a Sonata, so you have some of the best things like adaptive cruise control. The car is actually slowing itself down right now because I put it on adaptive cruise control. Now the speed limit is 45, and I set it to 45, but there's a little Jeep in front of me going kind of slow, so the car went ahead and slowed itself down. So even it's the fire-breathing Sonata monster that it is, still practical. So that's something that I love. And not only that, the space in the back is amazing. You could fit 5 tall people in here and they would be able to fit, which is something that you can't say in a lot of other cars in this class. I think it's at least not comfortably. Everybody could fit in a tight car if it's a clown car, but then everybody inside are clowns, and this is definitely something you should take a little bit more serious. These bucket seats in the N Line, not only are they very grippy, they also do have bolsters which actually do inflate to really keep you centered and locked in the vehicle when you are driving it. But you could, you know, feel through your backside exactly what the car is doing, which is phenomenal to have in a sporty, fun car. You want to feel exactly what's happening. And I don't know if it's my recent go-karting trip with all my friends, so you should definitely follow my Instagram, because you would see the entire squad if you go ahead and follow me at Miguel my car guy. But this thing is very lively. It feels like it has a personality. Now, it's not only the driving experience, which I really do like. I love the fact that all the Sonata N Lines are going to have this digital gauge cluster. It really does look nice. It's essentially a big old TV screen, and you can see exactly what you're doing. Now, if you're in any of the non-sport modes, it's going to look like this. It's going to be white, but as soon as you put it into sport or sport plus, it changes to this fiery red with the carbon fiber-esque look to it, which is something that is very appealing to the 8-year-old in me, which is very, very nice to have. And of course, once you go ahead and look in the middle, here's another exclusive to the N Line. Not even the SEL Plus has this. You do have the gauges for not only the temperature of the oil, but you also do have the torque and the boost pressure. Once you rev up the car, you can see the gauges changing right here. It is absolutely magical, and again, very appealing for somebody who has a young heart with an adult pocketbook. It is quite nice. And something great that you have on this car is the option to actually have summer tires, because you do get the all-season Pirelli P0s, but from the factory you can also get the summer tires on this car. And if you want to go ahead and get there from a dig, the summer tires are definitely what you want. But let's say you're rolling and you really want to pick up the speed, just step on the gas. There you go. This thing does not disappoint. And not only do you have all that get up and go, but you also do have paddle shifters. You do have a wet dual clutch transmission, so it's much more responsive, much more quick to shift, and much more capable of taking a little bit of abuse, as opposed to a dry dual clutch transmission, which a lot of other companies seem to be putting in their cars. But the N lines, and including the full-fledged N, like in the Veloster, do have wet dual clutch transmissions. So yeah, you're gonna like your drive. And we're back at the dealership, baby, and that car is absolutely amazing. And getting out of it, walking away from it, you're like, yeah, I like that. Now, I didn't cover every single little difference on the Sonata because that would take way too long, and I happen to have already done that video right here, so click that little thing if you want to know details about the Sonata instead of just how it drives. Now, there's probably a couple of you out there saying, wait, he didn't do launch control. You are absolutely right. I did not do launch control, but by the way, the Sonata N Line, it brings launch control. Now, 2 reasons. First off, that car, it's not mine. I got to be respectful of the next owners. And second, I couldn't figure out how to make it work. I do know that you have to be in Sport Plus mode. I did figure that out, but every time I would bury the gas and then bury the throttle, it would say conditions not met. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If you know, please leave me a comment. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, so that way I could properly demonstrate launch control on somebody who wants to get these cars. But guys, if you're interested in this or any other Hyundai, please click that link in the description below. I do sell these in Orlando, so if you are in Orlando and want one of these, come make an appointment and let's go, baby. But until next time, I'm Miguel, your car guy, and I'll see you soon. Whew, that's bright, holy crap. So my battery died, so I had to run back here and get another battery, and now I got a fresh battery. Cool, right? Huh. I was talking and I bit my cheek. Hurts. Okay, so I think I figured it out. Launch control is not recommended until the engine is broken in. Hyundai says, as you can see right here, break-in period is about 600 miles. Now, it also says it's not recommended to do launch control before the engine is broken in, but it also doesn't say that it won't do launch control until it's broken in. A few other factors: you have to have your seatbelts on, and the engine oil can't be too hot or too cold to do the launch control. I don't know which combination of the 3 it is, but that's how you do launch control. And I'm just gonna wait until I have a really cool buddy who has an N Line that has over 600 miles, and then I'm be like, yo, how do you do launch control? So yeah, we're gonna figure it out that way. Cool, right?